Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Let's All Play on the Server. This is Scooch42. I am basically in the middle of a grind fest. I am attempting, and it looks like I'm out of the flint I need, so let's make a little more flint. I am trying to make a solar array from Evironmental Tech. I like the solar arrays that we have, but we definitely need to start generating more power. So I am working towards that end, and I think that starting off with the solar tier 1 is going to be a good way to do that. Here, I'm going to need quite a bit of this stuff. I'm trying to make more of these structure blocks here. I need 16 of them. I've got 6 so far. I'm hoping that that was the rest of what I needed there. Good. I got a few more than I needed, and actually I'm hoping that these are what they're talking about, and we'll get into that in just a moment. It's actually, I can show you guys right now, what I need are 9 solar cells now. I've already made our nullifiers, which are these guys. These weren't too bad to work or make. The worst part of this is this interconnect, which we had to make quite a few of these connectors. Just redstone and iron, no big deal. The rough part of any of this was I had to construct a fluid transposer, which wasn't really horrible to make. And then I just got us an ender tank over here so we can have constant access to water. Before we could do that, we had to make the black concrete powder, which is this stuff right here. Not too bad, just some kind of black dye, sand and gravel, no big deal. And then you take the concrete powder, you run it through the transposer, and then you get the black concrete. No big deal. So let's see what we need for the solar cells. That's not it. That's not it. So yeah, they were here just a bit ago. What am I looking for? Probably these things. No, maybe not. Even from Environmental Tech. So this is part of the problem I've been running into here. Is there doesn't appear to be a guide for this. So I'm not really sure what some of this stuff is. 9 solar cell of any type. So let's see. I'm thinking those would probably work. I'm hoping that maybe those photovoltaic cells might work. Let's see. Solar panel. Let's take a look at Environmental Tech here, at Environmental, and see if there's any kind of a solar cell block, because I'm pretty sure these are going to need to be blocks. What is that? Accuracy modifier. Well, those aren't that hard to make. So let's see. I don't think this is what they are talking about, but they could be. So let's just have those ready. I'm betting that we're going to need these. That is my fear. And we're going to need 9 of those. 9 times 3 is 27. So let's get another 27 of those. In fact, let's just do a whole stack of them, because why not? And we're going to need quite a few more of those interconnects. Let's see if we can get any more of those. I think that'll be plenty. And we're going to need, this has been the tricky stuff. Uh, Basically, we need to make these, and from these litherite crystals, then we can make those blocks. Let's see here. I'm going to need 3 of those. I'll need another 27 blocks, and 27 times 9 is a lot, so I'm going to need like 200 of those. What are we missing? We finally have all the dyes we need. Flint. I'm going to need a lot more flint, it looks like. So let's get a few stacks of gravel. Oops. That's been happening to me a lot. I forget to put myself up there. Let's see. Can I get 3 stacks of this would be ideal. There we go. And then we can just get a stack of flint and not have to worry about the flint for a little while. There we go. And sometimes I remember to add this to the recipe before I chuck the rest of these in here. So hopefully that'll give us a healthy amount. Oh, not really. I was actually kind of hoping this would happen. This way I can show you guys how I've been getting this dye. Let's, I think my shears are going to die here pretty soon. I've been wondering if I can repair these in here. I don't know that I can. Might be worth a try. Nope. That was worth a shot. We'll continue using them until they break anyway. Basically, what we need is green dye and lime dye. There's a number of ways that you can go about getting this stuff. Well, it looks like I'm running out of room. Is there anything I can maybe stash up here for a bit? I don't think we'll need any of this stuff for the time being. Let's see, the interconnects can go up there, and let's get our flowers down here. Basically, I don't know if you guys know this, that's basically how you can break those double tall flowers, and that's going to be important because what we're going to do is turn these into petals. Just like that. And then I'm going to bone meal them. And then I'm going to hit them with the shears. So now I've got 4 more of them. And I'm basically going to do the same thing again. Now I've got 16. Hammer is not as good as a sword, by the way. We got plenty of bone meal, so I'm not terribly worried about the bone meal. I had one more here, didn't I? Yeah. So, you know, getting this stuff isn't terribly difficult, but this is a pretty large crafting chain, at least in my opinion. Totally worth it. You want to be careful when you're breaking these double tall plants, because my shears just broke, so we're going to get another pair of shears. There we go. Because you don't get to collect the plants, the double tall ones, if you break them with anything other than the shears. Alright, so this is going to give us a good amount of petals. And I'm actually going to go ahead and grow one more of those just to make sure that I don't run out. There we go. I think I saw a sparkly thing over here, so I probably missed a spot. Oh, there we go. Knock all that stuff out of the way. Love this trash can, by the way, because like I don't want that dandelion for instance, and we don't really need the spider eyes, so we can get rid of those too. And I don't need you as our azure bluette. And what we will probably need is another stack of bone meal. As you can see, we've got plenty. So let's get our plants put away, and we're going to do the same thing with the light green. Accidentally planted a green petal there, no big deal. Where'd they go? There they are. And we're going to turn you into petals. You can hang out up there for a minute. Oh boy, the grind fest is real, folks. It is real. Let's see. Yeah, sometimes the vein mine works on this, sometimes it doesn't. So let's do one more batch of this stuff, I think. Well, that'll probably be good. And then we're going to take our pestle and mortar there, excuse me, and combine those with the petals. And that's going to give us some more of the dyes that we need. We can basically do this with all of the Botania flowers. So that actually comes in fairly handy. Let's see, I think we had plenty of, yeah, we've got enough in there. And that's why I usually hang on to the plants and the petals. It's just a way for me to ensure that once I have one of each of the 16 colors, that I don't run out. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. There we go. So glad I found out what was giving me that problem with the elevator also, by the way. Hopefully we should just be able to plug these back in where they go. And now this should give us quite a few more. Yeah. And then we can do something like this. And before we get too crazy, let's take another look at that recipe and make sure that blocks are actually what I needed. And it's a good thing I did, because what we need are the crystals. So I just kind of want to try to cover my bases here. There we go. And what is that? Interconnect. That's an interconnect, so we want to make sure the interconnects are in the inventory. And what am I missing now? We're always missing something, it seems like. Photovoltaics. Okay. So we'll put you up there as well. And we'll just tell you to craft those again. There we go. That's one. We're going to want 15 more of these if we can. It's like I forgot to put that other stack of these in here. There we go. One more? Yeah, there we go. Alright, so this should be, hopefully, all of the blocks we need to finish construction of the Tier 1 solar panel, which is this guy. And again, this is where we needed the litherite bricks. There we go. And we can get those by combining 9 of those litherite crystals that we made earlier to make those. You're also going to want to craft yourself one of these. It's the multi-block assembler for environmental tech. Not terrible, just one of those crystals and a couple pieces of obsidian. And it is really imperative that you have one of these if you're going to try getting into environmental tech. I suppose that you could build these structures without it, but if I've done this correctly, you're going to see why you're going to want one. So basically, we're going to need to turn our thing back on here real quick. Uh, I pillared up here to place this, and then I took the pillar out and I'm actually hoping I don't have this too close to that solar array, because if you want to find out after you've crafted your controller for whatever environmental tech multi-structure you're trying to build, if you left-click this, it'll tell you that you need, in this case, 4 nullifier blocks, 16 structure blocks, and 9 of those solar cells. And if I did this right, when I start right-clicking on this, if I've got the blocks in my inventory, it will start building this for me. Oh, did not want to break that, but I should be able to just put it right back. There we go. Assembly complete. So it was those, wasn't it? It was these. It was not those at all. Good thing I crafted us a backup here. And so now what we're going to need are some of our universal cables, I believe. And we should be able to connect it to one of these guys. So let's do just that. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to make this a little prettier. But what I'm really interested in is making some power. So I think we can connect it right here, and we'll know here shortly. It looks like it made a connection. I think just to test this, we'll make something that's relatively inexpensive that takes power, so we can make sure that this is in fact generating power. So let's do that. Now let's see. What can we make that's cheap that needs RF? Do I already have a machine in here that'll take RF by any chance? See, it'll probably be towards the bottom of the pack here, because I can't imagine having several machines that need power, or at least not of the same kind. They're probably just a single. Let's see, anybody take power? Card assembler might. That doesn't. Anybody take power? Oh, here we go. That actually doesn't take power. That doesn't take power. Here we go. Extra utilities crusher. That ought to tell me if we're getting power. Of course, it's already full. Can we crush limestone? No. Yeah, let's get some cobble. This ought to crush it. And it looks like we are, in fact, getting power. Sweet. All right. Oh, so that gives me gravel, huh? That's good to know. Nice. So will gravel give me sand? Because a lot of these machines that I have that crush stuff actually go straight from cobblestone to sand. But gravel is useful basically for creating flint, and I am positive now that we are in fact getting power, which is good. Excellent. It's exactly what I wanted to see. So now we should be able to simply connect this to our power cell. There we go. And we should be getting that much more power. It's going to be a little hard to tell at first. I think it was telling me how much it was creating here. Generating 377. I don't actually know what that means. I'm assuming it's 377 RF a tick. One of the reasons I was interested in crafting this is because there are several, at least in previous versions. I'm spelling that all kinds of wrong, aren't I? There's usually, these booster blocks that I can put on here. Sometimes. Or at least I've seen them before. Speed modifier. I could have sworn there was something that made it so that I didn't have to, or so that it didn't care if it rained. So let's see. I think it might be those piezo modifiers. Let's see, redstone, mica. There's no way we can make mica. It'll be a while before we can make it. We'll have to, the only way I know of to get mica, yeah, is through the void resource miner. It's another multi-block. Not terrible. At least I don't think that's terrible to make. Well, this isn't. A diode and any laser lens. That's not terrible. Basically, that's one of the other things we're going to have in the mining, or in the Extreme Hills biome. Let's go ahead and knock this rain off. Rain, I've never played where the rain caused such lag. I've heard people tell me about it. I've just never experienced it until I played this pack. Oh, power building, not where I wanted to go. Speaking of which, let's double check on the canola farm over here. And we're still generating power. Good. How are you doing? Did we fill up that second? We did. All right. So let's get another barrel. What is this? Barrel capacity upgrade. I didn't even know that was a thing. Let's see what we need for that. Ender alloy, huh? And we'll need a barrel anyway, so let's go ahead and craft a barrel. And then let's see if we can just get one of those. I might have enough. I do. Okay. So let's do another one of those real quick if we can. Sure, why not? And one more upgrade. We can upgrade both of those. Save ourselves a little bit of time. Now, I don't know how many of those these will take, so let's just see. Can we just right-click it? And we sure can. There we go. All right, so that should hopefully start clearing that out. Yeah. Nice. And we're doing great on canola. Let's make sure nothing's derped up in here, because that's a little strange. Yeah, that is what's up. So let's get our wrench. There it is. Get this back down where it goes. Now let's see. Are you full? Is that what's going on with you? Nope, not even close. So what is going on with you guys? Are we totally out of... Oh, we are. Well, that'll actually make this a little easier, believe it or not. There we go. And then we can put that servo on there. And that should... that should help us out. Like that should start getting some power to these guys. Yes, so you're going to start pressing again, and you're going to start pressing again. So that should help keep the power going. Let's get our ender pearls here. And now we're going to do a little bit of a test. Let's go ahead and turn that off again. There we go. Alright, so you are full on power. You're filling up with power again. Something's using power. What is using the power? Might be the ME system. That's possible. I think we're starting to get a gain. Yeah, we're definitely getting a power gain. So let's head over to our Extreme Hills area. And I have been slowly but surely getting more of those terracotta blocks. Mining the clay has been a bit of a challenge, but I think I may have discovered something in the mining dimension that will help us with that. So let's see what you're doing to the power now. Yeah, still killing it, but not near as bad. And I basically decided while I'm off in the mining dimension, I'm going to let this thing do its thing, hopefully, if we're not killing power too much. And it's basically going to go ahead and mine completely up to the surface for me. Because we can always use the resources, right? Yeah, it's definitely working. And you aren't doing that bad. So, wow. Anyway, let's head to the mining dimension. We'll leave that off for just a minute because I think what I'm going to do off camera is possibly go for a second solar array. I think that may just do the trick. Let's get over here and see if I can't find... Let's look at our map. I was hoping that I might see something. There is buildings like this, I think, is what we're after. This one directly in front of us. Because it looks like, let's go ahead and turn this guy back on for just a minute. Because I think I may be able to skip looking for clay altogether. Seriously? I don't know why it does this, but it gives me a hard time turning this on and off sometimes. There we go. And this is what I'm after. This is kind of what I remembered. And there's all different kinds of terracotta in here. And what I want to see is if there is a way for me to turn this into different terracottas. That'll turn it into white. Glazed terracotta, I should say. There is. Consumes the cast, huh? That that is funny. I don't think it can consume the basin. I think it's a little confused. It's showing the casting table here, but really I don't think it's going to, but I think that might work. It might be a little slow, But I do think that might end up being the answer. And this is the stuff we want anyway. This stuff, the light blue. Oh, don't throw the hammer. You need that. So I think that this is going to help us quite a bit. I'd totally forgotten that this stuff was in here until Kavito reminded me. So I think this is going to be a super, super easy way for us to get the terracotta blocks we want. So we've gotten quite a few already. I think it might be quicker to do it this way. I've been trying to do the old vein mine bit. I wonder if my pick might make it a little quicker with the vein mining. It's kind of hard to tell. But I think that this is going to definitely help. So I would love to get that floor in so I can start working on the storage over there. Well, that's cool. I didn't know there was any actual things in here. I think let's. Oh boy, did I get stuck in a? Yeah, I got stuck in a web there. Oh, what's this over here? Anything? Are you serious? Oh, these cobwebs are everywhere. Sword's always the quickest way to block those, by the way. Looks like there's something down there. Let's get our hatchet out of there. I think I put it up here. There it is. Anything I don't want? I can get rid of those arrows. Wanted to check this out real quick. It looks like there might be something down there. Not really. Nope, not so much. Definitely worth looking though. Always worth exploring in the world of Minecraft. But that's neat. We've got, and this was like right next to the base, and there's quite a few more of these. They're just all over the place in here. So I think this is really going to be the ticket, especially if melting these isn't going to take very long. And I'm thinking that it probably won't, because since I have the ability to make lava, that basically means that all I need to do is come up with a little bit more blaze powder and make another set of ender tanks for the smeltery. Alright, so we've got a full stack of this stuff now. I have got to look into being able to increase my speed. That's just basically all there is to that. Because this is terrible. Eat a little bit here. But man, I am super excited that I got that solar array crafted. I think we might work on trying again. We might work on trying to make that a little prettier. Let's knock the rain off. It loves to rain in this pack. I don't know that it's the pack's fault, of course. Let's see. I think we were going to head to the smeltery first. And let's get these in here. That's interesting. I could have sworn that it just said I could. Oh, wait a minute. White terracotta uses. Oh, I see. I need to fill that up with water, and then these will go over here. So let's put a little bit of this up, and I'll be able to rig that up, no problem. That won't be an issue at all. All we need for that is a hopper. Let's get some of this stuff put up first. So this will be super easy, because this will stay in here. It won't suck out yet, which is actually pretty cool, I think. So let's get that loaded up. And let's see, how are we doing on blaze powder? Not bad. I think we can get something rigged up here. Let's take a little visit to the compressor. These machines have been saving me all kinds of trouble. I mean, seriously, you guys just may not have much of an idea how much. But it's nice to just be able to make the things that I need instead of having to die several times venturing into the nether. Let's see, for just a minute, let's go ahead and borrow this guy. Where'd you go? Oh, I need to turn that off. Oh, there we go. We're going to need my pick back if I can, sir. Oh, there it is. And basically what we're going to be able to do is something like this. I've done this quite a few times in the past. Do I have bricks in here? I think it might be a good idea to just make a drain just for this kind of stuff. We won't need a faucet, just the drain. There we go. And let's do that. I think right here is as good a spot as any. We want to make sure the drain is facing. And you're probably stuck in there now. Yeah, you are. And I'm going to want this guy right here. I think that's going to pump out of the bottom if I do that. So let's hopefully grab a fluid duct. There we go. And I think this may start pumping in right away. Yeah, it looks like it. So I should be able to do that. And that should start getting us the regular terracotta. Sweet. So that is definitely going to work. That is going to get us what we need. So, in the meantime, what we can do is get the rest of this blue stuff cooking up. Nice. Looks like we got a little bit of it waiting for us. See if we can't get some of this clutter out of the inventory. That can go away for now. And that can go. Get rid of that stuff. That can go back in. And that, why not? And let's go ahead and get the tools back up here. Totally loving this extra inventory space. I kind of forget about it from time to time, but it is definitely handy. And let's get our terracotta stuff. If I can get enough blaze rods, what I can also do is set this up with an ender chest once we get that running. So let's go and let me see here. Oh, that's right. We're going to head back over to the mining dimension. And what I could do conceivably is build a second builder. However, I'm going to hold off on that until we can get some more power going. Because I really don't have enough to do the floor and mine all that out at once. Let's see. Are we ready? Yeah, that should be piping. Oh, yeah, look at that. That is definitely piping stuff in. So I think, once again, unfortunately, we have reached the wrapping up point. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's episode. We got a solar power generator from Environmental Tech. No small feat. It is simply a tier 1. But you guys barely even caught the last half of the crafting chain for that. So don't think for a second that it was actually easy. But again, it is time to wrap up. So I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember to leave some comments down below. Thanks for stopping by today, guys, and take care.